Welcome to Bardicaggravation. This continues our series on DC20 versus D&D 5e. Today we are talking about a class that is not even in 5e. How do we do that? How do we compare something that's not even there?
Why are you just sitting there letting him do the intro? You know what happens.
It's a train wreck. It's like you
Train wreck.
can't.
That was perfect. What are you talking about?
It's like a car wreck when you.
That was perfect.
Today we're doing a class that we can't compare it to anything in 5e because it's made for DC20. It's the Psion class. They use their mind. I guess the closest thing you can compare it to is the Psi Warrior.
Psi Warrior.
Which is a fighter in D&D.
The Aberrant Mind Sorcerer even has a little bit of the...
Yeah, you're right.
Abhorrent or is it Aberrant?
Which one is that?
It's either one. Oh, nobody's seen that video. Never mind. Strike that from the record. Damn it.
It's not funny
Hard to
without
keep
context.
this shit in mind. If you join our... We don't have a Patreon. Never mind.
We'll get there.
One day we're going to have a Patreon, and there'll be a vault of all the videos that we haven't put out on here because they suck so bad, and you'll be able to suffer through them by paying us money.
So what is this class we're talking about today?
It's the Psion. It's they have the mental ability to use their mind to do.
The mental ability to use their mind, not, unlike everybody else who uses their physical ability to use their mind. Normally, if you've seen us, we just do levels 1 through 2, and we compare those with the D&D 5e class. There's nothing to compare it to, so we're just going to do levels 1 and 2 of this class. Well, they're a full caster. Let's get that established. So the same amount of spells and mana points as your wizard and your sorcerer and your bard and the full caster. They're in the full caster crowd.
Yeah, full caster.
I just said that.
As opposed to half caster.
Why do you always got to repeat everything I say?
Because you only said it 5 times.
It's like having a big fat pet parrot.
Well, it's exactly... You said it 5 times. They're full caster, full caster, full caster, full
Then there's no need for you to repeat it, is there?
Well, you looked at me like you wanted me to just agree with you.
Silently. Thank you. See?
What kind of spells can these full casters use?
None of your business. We're not there yet.
I think we are.
I think that's
You're right. We are. So it says they can cast these tags. So there's schools of spells, if you saw the wizard, and then there's also spell tags. Each spell has its own tag, just like in D&D. You've seen it. You know it.
Yes.
So you can either use the spells with the tag psychic or gravity. Mm-hmm. Or, it says or. You can pick from 4 different spell schools. Divination, enchantment, protection, and illusion. So, okay, let's put it this way. So you have those 4 spell schools we just said that you can cast any spell from, or you can cast from a different spell school if it has those 2 tags.
Psychic or gravity.
That makes more sense.
That makes sense.
Just look for gravity. You understand? You can because it's telekinesis, so you can do spells that lift people up and elevate. And
throw things around.
Levitate, and as Rick likes to say, graviturgy.
Graviturgy is
Gravitology.
Oh my God, gravitology is a great school.
You're going to be able to make illusions,
That makes
obviously.
sense.
You're doing everything with your mind. Everything
reaching
you're
into
doing is
someone's-
with you. Can play this class and you don't even need arms. You don't need legs. You could just be a torso with a head. You could be a brain in a jar.
That's perfect for the handy capable.
The next thing they get at first level is psionic mind. Makes sense. You're psionic, you get a psionic mind. So the psionic mind ability that they have gives you 3 different things. You get the Psi Bolt cantrip for free. You just have it. You can't cast it for free, but you have it. It just puts a little headache damage into somebody's brain and does extra damage if they're dazed already. You get automatic, nothing to do, +2 to your mystical defense. These are defenses, saving throws you have to make with the intelligence or charisma. You just automatically have a +2, which is pretty big.
It makes sense because
That's huge.
So you're very hard to damage with any kind of psychic crap that people are going to do. Liches don't scare you.
No. The liches use mind stuff?
You also get stuff you can use for your spell enhancements. We talked about spell enhancements in the wizard video where you can take your cantrip or take your spell, pump some more mana into it, and now it becomes a better spell. So on any spell you cast, let's make that clear, you can use any of these 3 things to give it an enhancement. You can impart the dazed condition. They have to make a saving throw versus being dazed, which is handy because that Psi Bolt cantrip is
right.
does more damage if the person is dazed. This is a cool one. You can do something called disruption.
Wait.
He just disrupted me. Well, I saw what you did there. Rude but clever. That's if somebody's concentrating on a spell, and you can go flash them, whatever, and now their spell's disrupted.
That's
So
huge.
It's like
That's
a counter
huge in the
spell
game. I like that,
almost.
yeah.
That's pretty
cool.
great.
The last spell enhancement is called psionics. Just psionics straight out. And you do not need verbal or somatic. So you're actually casting these spells straight from your mind. So no one can even see you doing it. It's
Like a silent fart.
yeah, it's I
That's
like
not
it.
silent. Silent fart.
But you didn't see me do it.
I heard it. You know what silent means?
The second big thing you get is the telekinesis, which is the ability to move things with your mind.
Okay.
And in DC20, I got it right this time.
I was worried.
In DC20, they give you the allotment of 100 pounds you can move with your mind, which is pretty cool.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. And I guess for everybody else outside of the U.S., akin to 100 pounds is 45 kilograms. So if that makes more sense to you, it makes more sense to us at 100 pounds, at least to me.
To our Canadian brothers and sisters.
45 kilograms. So aside from that, you can also use your mind to grapple people. It's called telekinetic grapple.
Nice.
Makes sense.
So instead of like using your actual arms, you can stand 5 spaces away from somebody, and you have access to the grapple maneuvers 5 spaces away.
Which is about 30 feet.
Yeah, ish. Yeah, I think
It's in the ballpark, yeah.
it's in at 25 feet. It's 5
Somewhere in there.
Yeah. Anyways,
25, 30, 35.
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
What comes after that?
40.
Ooh, he's on fire today.
I know my things. See, I bear it
Knows
mine.
his things.
So you can do things like slam,
Smack.
No, that's not a
Spit.
grapple. It's not. Those are not grapple maneuvers.
Stare
I mean, you can
violently.
Choke. Can you choke?
Maybe.
I want to do a Vader Force choke.
I'm assuming you could flavor that as a grapple. So what What are the other ones? Oh, it's
Throw, you
Throw.
slam.
Oh,
It's like you're a wrestler. You know, you're like a WWE wrestler, and you're just throwing people and slamming people and grappling people. It's all that.
So you can picture it like Vader throwing somebody across the room just by using the Force. It's like that kind of same feel to it.
It is like the Force, yeah.
And instead of like using your physical checks for these, like a normal grappler would, you can use spell check, which you're very good at. Assuming you're a spellcaster, you're very good at casting spells.
You should have
That's going to be very advantageous to you. It's also good to know that while you're doing these grapple, you're free to move. So instead of like being entangled with somebody, you can actually move within that 5 space radius while grappling them.
So you could walk in a circle around them and just point and laugh at them, and they're just stuck there.
And I'm assuming they would be very
Upset.
and
Body block.
Body block.
Oh, body block.
Body block is actually within 1 space. Though that's weird. So you could take somebody's body and put them in front of you.
Even with your mind, it has to be one
Yeah, it
space?
has to be 1 space. So you can like right now I'm sitting next to Brandon. I could take him if you're going to shoot me through the camera. Put him right in front of me. And he takes one for the team
With your mind.
with your mind.
So you're using it's a human shield.
It's a human shield with your mind.
Fun.
And then another cool thing you get
Tell me.
is telepathy, which is the ability to talk to people through your mind. It kind of works like message-ish.
It does.
D&D 5e. You get 10 space. You can talk to somebody 10 spaces away through their mind.
They can respond to you as you say something to them.
Oh, okay. That's really cool. Actually.
So it's very much like the message spell.
It's very much like it's 10
But you
spaces
just always
away.
have it.
You always have it, and you can always use it.
You're not spending any resources or anything. You can just, yeah.
Could you imagine Brandon just talking in your head all day?
He does.
I
He does
talk
talk in my head all day.
to myself in my head all day.
I talk to myself out loud.
I do too. I also answer myself. It freaks people the fuck out.
Well, you have to answer yourself. What's the point of talking to yourself if you don't answer yourself? You'd be mad at yourself because you're like, why aren't you paying attention to me, self?
Those are the first level abilities of a scion.
That's all your first level.
That's only first
How
level.
about that?
Only first level. I keep saying that every time we do this,
Every time.
but it's so
Jam-packed.
But it's so jam-packed all the time.
It's full.
It's you look how much, yeah.
Nah. So at second level, you get something called Mind Sense.
What's that?
What is it?
It's the ability to detect creatures just by using your mind within 10 spaces of you.
Oh, you smell them then. You're using your sense.
Essentially, but you're using your mind. You're tapping out and you're like,
Sense.
I know where these guys are because I can hear their mind. Or
I
I
mean sense, not scent.
You can sense their life essence.
Got it.
can sense their heartbeat and I can take it and I can crush it.
Okay.
No, you can detect creatures within 10 spaces of you, even creatures you can't see, so that are invisible, or around cover.
Okay.
Around cover?
Hiding around cover?
Behind cover, under cover,
You can detect a detective. Undercover cop.
and you know their location.
Right.
So it's like mind echolocation.
Right. Just like that.
Yeah,
But different.
but different.
Within that, so during combat, you can do something called invade mind, because your mind sense is up for 1 minute.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
which is a full combat, as we know. So with invade mind, when your mind sense is up, you can, if you deal psychic damage, which you're going to be doing a lot because you're a scion,
That's what you do.
it does an extra 1 damage on top. So every time you do psychic damage to somebody, it's going to do 2. If it does 2, it's going to do 3. If it does 3, it's going to do
4.
4.
So that makes that psi
Trip them up.
cantrip even better because you're hitting them with psychic damage. And imagine if you daze them as well, you do 2 extra points
you
of
can
damage.
do, yeah, you're
So really,
doing-
it starts adding up.
Yes, it does. These like you can combo these things in DC20, which
like
is
it.
great. You're always, it's like playing chess rather than checkers, like another game we keep talking. You can also read emotions with this. So if you get during your mind sense, you can read somebody's emotions. Okay, whatever. You can tell, like, oh, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm horny, I'm titillated, whatever. That's cool. It might help. But where this comes in handy is you get advantage on charisma checks against that creature because you know their emotional state. If you're trying to talk them into something or fool them or
Barter for something
make them
even.
cry, barter for something.
And the next thing you could do is called read thoughts. So you can read the surface thoughts of the creature, your enemy, or I guess anybody really.
Yeah.
So you can understand, like in combat, what they're gonna do next, and that will allow them to take disadvantage on attacks against you because you kind of know.
You will
what
allow them to. I'm going to allow you to have disadvantage because I'm so nice. Thank you.
I know, and that's how I would put it. I'm gonna allow you to not attack me.
Exactly. You're welcome. You know what they're thinking. They're like, I'm gonna cut off this bastard's right arm, and then you go like this, and then now they're going, I can't hit him. It's almost like he can read my mind, because he can.
So all these things are within mind sense.
Yes.
So you got to activate mind sense. It goes for a minute, and then you do these other little things within it.
So again, more choices of what you can do on your turn. The last thing you get as a scion is called psionic resolve. This is actually really handy because
It's great.
if you're forced to make any kind of an attribute or skill saving throw in the game, you can just go, I'm going to make it what I want it to be. So if it's a might save and you don't have any strength in you, you can just say, I'm going to make it a charisma or intelligence save instead. Because I can. Because you're using your mind to do that. How?
You're blocking with your mind. You're
Mental
using your mind to
gymnastics,
block.
yeah. Like,
Mental gymnastics.
I can do the splits on my charisma. Mental gymnastics, baby.
If you do the splits on your charisma, are you doing it on your charisma's face?
In your face,
On your
charisma.
crotch area.
In your face.
In the face.
So you can do that.
So overall, what do we think of this class? I mean, do you guys have an opinion on this?
I think it's freaking awesome.
Me too, I gotta say. Wow.
When it comes to
Wow.
like the mind abilities, the changing with the psionic resolve, that's really interesting. Nobody else can do that in a game.
Right.
It feels like if somebody said there's a scion class, this is what you would expect.
This is very much what
It
you
gives you
expect.
all the toys.
Do you want to be 11 in Stranger Things? Here you go. Here's your class. That little girl could whoop you with her mind.
That's a movie.
That's a show.
That's not real like this. So if you want to play with this class, if you're going to start playing DC20, I think the only way to get this right now, he's got things that come out called DC20 Magazine. and it has these extras in it. You get it through his Patreon. You can try the website. We'll put a link down there. I don't think it's on his website. But if you are one of his Patreons, I think it's any of the Metallic Dragon tiers, you're going to get this DC20 thing as part of your, subscription to his Patreon. You get so much in his Patreon. You just really do. More than anybody's Patreon I've ever seen. He loves to just give stuff away. Loves to. Makes him happy.
He's not giving it away, though. It's the value in return for what you're... He doesn't give shit away. Anyways.
You gotta make everything sound negative. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do the bye. Bye.